Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my weekly, I beg your pardon, watch list for the week ending, the trading week ending October 10, 2025. If you are just joining the channel, I do this every day. I typically have in a week, I think I probably do 12 to 15 videos. I've lost count. I think I do maybe Tuesday to Friday. I usually have about that's like 12. Monday to that's like 14. So you probably get somewhere between 14 to 15 videos every week. So if you have stumbled on this by chance, or if someone has shared this with you by chance, you do well to put on your bell notifications, to subscribe, to like and share as well if you find the content interesting or worthwhile. But always note that nothing I say is investment or trading advice. Please do your own research. My criteria for my watch list, essentially the watch list is a group of stocks I'm going to be paying close attention to. Now I have stocks I'm going to be watching on a daily basis, and I talk about that before the market opens. And then I have stocks I'm going to be watching for the week as a whole. And so this is like a preview of what I'm going to be keeping an eye on this week. And so the criteria is highs, lows, range trading, large volumes, corporate actions, which are essentially announcements made by a firm. First on my watch list, UAC Nigeria. As stock switched green on Friday, it switched. The move was like from 0 to 100. Ended Friday's trading session up 10%, closed at 73 naira 70 kobo. Following the FCC PC approval of the Chivita transaction a couple of months ago, UAC had announced that they had entered into an agreement to acquire Chi Limited. Chi Limited is a firm behind the popular Chivita fruit juice, Hollandia yogurt, I think Superbite, will I call it Superbite Gala, or you call it Superbite Snack? Yeah, and a few other things. So I think that there will be further upside to this stock. On Friday, the stock went on full bid. So I won't be surprised if it opens Monday on full bid. And who knows, we may see this stock push 77, 18 naira before the week runs out. Julius Berger, Nigeria. Julius Berger was the worst performing stock last week. I have a Spotify episode on this stock. You can check that on Spotify. I think that even though on a technical basis, it's all flashing red, all technical indicators are showing red. I think that from the fundamental basis, at bare minimum, I think this stock should rebound. In my view, I think this stock should be somewhere around 170, 180, somewhere between 150 to 180. I've worked out the details on Spotify. You can go listen to it on Spotify. Links in my bio if you want to learn more about my thesis. Now, the question we don't know, you can have your thesis, but how reality shapes out is not in your control. Will this stock fall further, or will this stock rebound? Let's see how it turns out this week. Aradel has been pushing higher since the news of ACA, which was a big investor in the firm, exiting. ACA is a private equity firm. Aradel has been pushing higher, closed at 650 on Friday. Will we see 700 naira a share this week, or will there be some form of profit taking? I suspect people who got in around that time in the last couple of weeks will be up somewhere between 10 to 20%, or if not more than that. Yeah, probably, because I think I remember seeing the stock late, just under sub 600. So if it pushes higher, you're probably looking at an almost 10, 12% gain. Who knows how it will shape out this week? It's hard to predict the week. Nobody knows, but whichever way it is, the stock will be on my radar for the week. Ellah Lakes also turned green on Friday, gained 9.96%, closed at 13 naira 47 kobo. A couple of months ago, in fact, I remember doing a podcast episode on Spotify. A couple of months ago, the firm had indicated, look, reach out to shareholders, we need shareholder approval, we going to need to raise some money, we have an asset we want to acquire. And I remember I was discussing with a friend of mine, what are these guys going to acquire? Because at the same point in time, you also had, I believe it was Presco saying, hey, we have a 250 billion capital raised in mind. They also have 250 billion. So the question, in fact, I think in some ways, Ellah has solved the equation, which is to say, is this 250 billion going to this planned asset acquisition? And so they plan to acquire a firm. All the details you can get in the notice sent to the NGX. I think this stock may run up a bit. So we may see maybe a 10-20% increase in the coming days. It would be nice. I don't know what management plans to do. Are they going to wait till when the next set of numbers are out to hold a call? Or are they going to hold a call just to give some color on this transaction? So we'll wait and see. Cornerstone Insurance traded large volumes last week. What it tells me is that it is very possible that ACA has exited. ACA, I think, had circa over 70% of the issued capital for this stock. So it's very possible that ACA may have exited. Now the question is, who have they exited to? At what price? And so who's buying and who's selling? The selling part is easy. ACA is probably the biggest shareholder in this firm. Who bought it is what we don't know. I hope that in the coming days, we will get some clarity on that. So for the rest of the week, Monday to Thursday, that is Friday, I'm very likely to be on the road. So Friday's coverage may be abridged. At 12:30 p.m. on YouTube, you get the midday update. 7 p.m., you get the daily market summary on Spotify. I have made some amendments. Now, for the Twitter thread, that used to be at 10 p.m. But for the team, because the team is cooking up a few new things, if asked that, look, can we move this the time for the Twitter thread to 8 p.m. And I quite agree with them because that we are cooking up a few things. You have to pay attention. We would announce when we're doing so. Going to have some more content out. The shape and form would announce in the coming days. But in order to accommodate that, and I also quite believe in work-life balance for the team, I will move down the Twitter thread to 8 p.m. So the Twitter thread will be out by 8 p.m. As well as the daily market summary on YouTube out by 8 p.m. as well. So that's just a slight change. By Thursday, is it Thursday? I said no, Friday. Friday, it is very likely I would be on the road. I would confirm by Thursday. By Thursday evening, I'll have more color, just in case you don't see much coverage on Friday. So for more content, check out greenticketales.com. You can also have the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube Music. Thank you all for listening. Have yourselves a lovely, lovely, lovely day ahead and stay safe.